The American obsession with televised sports creates a desire for young children to want to become professional ball players instead of becoming a doctor or a lawyer. And I'm guilty of this desire. My whole life, my family was really centered on sports and focused on playing sports. I played softball, soccer, basketball, flag football, and I was in karate. My mom had put me in these different sports mainly to keep me out of trouble, but of course she placed me in these sports to create a love for playing and for being active. I'm 20 years old now, and I've been playing softball for 14 years of my life. And softball has gotten me places that I would never have gotten without it. Playing for this long, I can consider myself to be a decent player, and it has shown. This sport has gotten me a college education, and a lot of people frown upon that. Sports have had a great influence on Western culture. For example, universities would rather spend millions of dollars to build a football stadium instead of using that for educational purposes. A lot of people believe that student athletes are more privileged in that we have things handed to us, and that they're not wrong. We are treated differently than non-athletes, and that's a fact. But I do believe that there needs to be some adjustments made. Without a doubt, we value sports more than we value education in America. According to Harvard IOP, over the 17 days of the 2012 Summer Olympics, NBC drew a daily average of 31 million viewers, and nearly 110 million Americans, more than a third of the U.S. population, tuned in to the 2013 Super Bowl. Children will grow up to admire the huge tackling football players and the quick base stealing baseball players that they see on TV, while they complain about being at school. In the U.S., we would rather spend over $100 to go to a Yankee game instead of spending $10 to go to the Museum of Modern Art. When we watched Ripley's TED Talk at the beginning of the year, she told us about 3 students that went to 3 different countries to experience their different education. And one of them made a comment about sports in that country. In Korea, the field that was outside of their school was basically just a cement patch with a few patches of grass. And it really shows their view on sports, and they view it more as a hobby, and it really shows in their nation's test scores. From Education Next, a chart showed that the U.S.'s test scores were less than half proficient as nations such as Korea, Japan, Switzerland, and the Netherlands. There's truly no international equivalent to the NCAA. This may be due to Europe's seeming indifference towards college athletics. According to a basketball player at Swansea University in Wales, European universities don't focus on athletics the same way Americans do. They never offer scholarships or anything based on athletics, and college play just isn't a pathway to the professional game in Europe. So the idea of tailgating at sporting events or joining student fans to shout out "Roll Tide, Go Blue" or "Harvard sucks" just isn't something that European undergrads will experience. With that being said, we should really focus on academics more than we focus on athletics.